Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports. Saints fought hard this past weekend against 49ers, but again, they couldn't get it done. And that's what it takes in NFL, to get it done, right? To make sure it happens. If Blake Groupie comes up with that field goal earlier in the game and they move down the field and maybe get a touchdown, they win it. But it just hasn't happened for them at this point. They go down to the 49ers this past Sunday. Final score was 26-21. We were able to catch up with Kellen Moore as he talks a little bit about the performance and what it takes to be a winner.
I thought Spence, it took him a little bit to settle in. We had the big play to Shaheed. It took a few plays, kind of started off a little bit slow. But I thought once he got settled in there, he played really decisive. And so, certainly there's going to be some missed ops here and there. But love the way he battled. He made some critical plays with his feet and some third downs and fourth and one as well. I think he's certainly making progress. He's getting better each and every week. I love his approach to this thing. Ultimately, us collectively fell short again, and so we just got to find a way to get it done.
I've seen you add 3 receivers in the last month. Is that just a matter of opportunity, or are you looking to kind of build like all these guys potentially being on contracts and all that good way?
Yeah, we just, again, we're always trying to get better as a team, both now and in the future. And so, Jalen's was kind of more of a unique one just because it truly is just future related. And so we feel like we have a really good receiver room and we're really trying to build it into a strength, a big time strength. And so we feel like we're able to acquire these guys. We got a ton of depth in that group. Certainly we're getting a lot of opportunities there. And so, I think it helps us now and in the future as we continue to build this thing.
That red zone touchdown to Bailey, is that just kind of what you envisioned when you went out?
Yeah, certainly the targets haven't shown up yet. And that's just a matter of time. I think he's doing an excellent job. His snap count certainly went up this past game. It'll continue to kind of be there, probably grow a little bit here and there based off circumstances and situations. I thought, he's a really good football player, and we feel really, really good about him. I feel like the other guys in that room, I thought Cooksey did some really good things. It seems like, when we need a play, Cooks keeps popping in there and making plays, and Shaheed had the big play downfield. CO had a couple of awesome opportunities, and so I feel like we're building something there.
You guys use play action a bit more than the first game. Was that something just like, when it went into that decision?
Yeah, that's the goal. I think ultimately, I didn't do a good enough job week one of getting us into better situations to play in more of mixed down play action football. We got a little bit too drop back oriented, played behind the sticks a little bit too much. We got to play more mixed down football, and so that was certainly a goal of ours going into this thing. I got to do a better job of that. I think when you're playing rushes and play action, or you're kind of playing that mixed down game against the defense and sprinkling some of the tempo, I think that's ultimately where we want to be.
As you're working with a young quarterback and you're trying figuring out ways to help him, is that an area you identified that you said, like, okay, let's sprinkle this in because it can help him more?
Well, I think in general, play action, obviously anytime you're able to play that situation that way, there's a lot of positives to it. Obviously the numbers kind of steer you that way a little bit. I think our guys have done a nice job in that. I think we just got to keep finding more opportunities for it.
What do you think of the play of the run defense yesterday going against one of the league's better backs?
Thought there was a lot of good. We put ourselves in really favorable third downs overall because of what we did on first and second down, and they hit a couple. But I think overall, I think we didn't allow the explosive run game to happen. We kept a roof on top of the pass game and the run game in those first and second down situations and put ourselves in favorable third downs, and then we just got to knock it out there.
When you looked at film, what did you like about your run game, specifically Kamara, and how effective he's been?
Yeah, I thought it was good that we were able to play, more on course and allow us to get the play action opportunities, the rush attempt opportunities. It just played much more mixed down football in a better way. And so for Alvin to get the touches, we felt like that was a real positive. Thought he did an excellent job. His patience in the run game, his ability to get to the edge a couple times. I just thought he had a really good game.
You got down 2 scores with about 12 minutes left, and you featured Alvin on the next possession. Do you feel like you did a better job this week of staying patient with the running game as the clock was starting to become a factor?
Yeah, that was certainly a reflection for my own sake. I think the first game, I thought Arizona did some stuff that was different week one, and we kind of got into a little bit of finding the solution through the pass game. And this week we were able to kind of hang in there from a run game perspective. I felt like it was better. It kept us more in mixed downs. You can't turn this thing into a drop back city against that defensive line. That's just a recipe for a challenging situation for yourself. And so I felt like we were able to kind of stay in this game for a while. The bummer drive, I think, was the second to last one when we had a quick 3 and out, and we just missed 3 opportunities right there. And for us to have that opportunity where we can still play mixed football probably for that whole drive if we had stayed on it, would have allowed us to potentially get the game winner in that setting. And so the last one was a 2-minute drive, and we weren't able to get that one as well.
Tough loss for the Saints. It's one they could have, not necessarily should have, but might have won, and they just couldn't get it done. They're going to get back after it again this weekend. They'll be taking on Seattle. Not going to be easy. Seattle, a big victor over the Steelers this past Sunday. They will be playing this next Sunday on September 21st at 3:05 in the afternoon at Lumen Field there in Seattle. Was fortunate enough to be there last summer. And it's a beautiful field, and the fans there are supposed to be the best in NFL related to noise. Of course, they have the famous 12th man there. If you can't get out to Seattle, which most of us probably can't this weekend, you can catch it on CBS or just tune in to WWL 870 AM where you can listen to the broadcast. Again, the Saints against Seattle this upcoming Sunday. Let's hope that they could get their first win of the season then. Got to take a break now. We'll be back after this timeout.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.